Shalom, call Loyum, Wakabala, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Maruchakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I guess I'll entitle this one, Pastor David Lynn actually teaches the MOTB correctly. Did he get it right? And I got about maybe a little over 5 minutes in where he began to actually talk about it. And the topic was, you know, with these lockdowns that this government has been imposing on, the world, which we all know the real reason why, is to shift everything into gear for their great reset, to cause a great wealth transfer that was able to pull the world's biggest heist in the history of of mankind. All right. And it's a war on the middle class, shut out, all the middle class and make sure that there's no in between. It's just poor and super rich. And the super rich want all control, all power over the masses of the people. And they also want to help reduce the Earth's population because that'll be a lot easier to pull if there's less people on Earth. So anyway, as it is written, we cannot be ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. But to my surprise, this dude here, you know, uh, Pastor David Lynn, which we've had encounters with this guy. I mean, having you know, uh, I believe he's ran into the Sakari camp a few times. They had their little debates going on, and he even almost came close to admitting being a Hebrew Israelite. If I'm not mistaken, he did. All right, he almost came around. He almost been converted. Now I don't know what his stance is now or what he teaches now, or if he's actually out there, finally professing, that he's an Israelite. All right, and that salvation is for Israel. That Christianity bull crap, that's that's off. All right, but I'm gonna play this clip so y'all can listen, and I'll let you hear, what he actually says about this agenda, showing you that even some of these Christians even know what's going on. Even some of them got their eyes open, even though they don't have the full truth. So anyway, let's listen a little bit.
They can do anything to you at any time. Second thing is that they're setting the stage for digital IDs and the mark of the beast, which means that there's going to be a global tracking. And this is not far-fetched because the technology is there. There's certain countries that are already using this technology. We've seen the United States.
Yeah, and just recently, you had the Fed chair, the Federal Reserve chair, Jerome Powell. He came out and basically said that the U.S. digital dollar or U.S. CBDC can help maintain international primacy. All right. He was basically saying that it potentially will help maintain their international standing, and it's going to help shift, in the next 5 to 10 years, the global financial system. And this is their way of basically saying that the MOTB is imminent. All right, because it's going to be digital based. Blockchain is why they're going to do all they can to do away with paper money. All right, and more countries are going digital or developing that uh, digital currency system. And you have other countries that are exploring that option. 90% of the central banks, they all are going digital. So we already know that, they're all rolling this out. So we're in that time, man. All right. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. All right. The vision was yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and it is speaking. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we're supposed to constantly keep our eyes open, stay upon our watch, as it is written. All right. We know that this devil is coming with it. And the warning has to go out. If we don't warn our people, then we will be held accountable. All right, Proverbs 24 and 11. As long as you know this and you're not saying anything, the Lord, he's watching you and he knows what you know. Proverbs 24 and 11, it says, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not. Meaning, hey, we didn't know. Doeth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? The Lord knows, man. And he's gonna hold you to it. And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? All right, and let's go to Ezekiel was it 33? And some of these people in these other congregations, they scratching their heads because they see what's getting ready to happen, but they leaders still ain't saying nothing or playing like they stuck on stupid. And a lot of them more than likely did take that payoff. They got compromised, so they can't speak on it even if they know it. Some of these dudes might off they self, man. If either that might happen or the Lord just gonna preserve them in their pride so that the Lord can get them. Now this is Ezekiel 33 and let me see. Let me jump up. Yeah, Ezekiel 33 and 7. It says, "So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity." And if because taking on this man's system, going to the man, going to Egypt for help, and you trust in this man's system, and you still uh you voting, um and then eventually with Esau shifting this system into a digital system. Soon as you follow this man, and you that are responsible fail to warn Jake to not follow that way and to actually deny yourself, all right, be willing to lose your life, the Lord's going to take you out as well as those Israelites that you failed to warn, because they're going to follow this beast. They're going to wander, like it says in Revelation, they wandered after the beast, you know, worshiping his image, and then eventually taking his charagma. If thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. All right. And when it comes to this particular prophecy, man, we're definitely blameless. That's one of the main things we always talk about. One of the major prophecies, man. The MOTB. You also got other things. You got the third woe that's coming quickly. Russia positioning themselves for a war with NATO over Ukraine right now. And I think I seen I forget the name of that channel, but he always doing constant updates on what's going on over there. And he said that the Russians attacked 57 Ukrainian generals. So something big and major is getting ready to go down. And then, while that's going on, you got Biden talking about we need money for the next pandemic. There's another one that's coming. So, all hell is going to break loose. You're already in the midst of, all right, a food shortage, and they're killing off all your food supply right now. So it's looking likely that, we're definitely coming into that time of Jacob's trouble. All right. So now we got to start bracing ourselves. All right. So all these things a true watchman will be warning you about. And if they're silent and they just kicking with their feet up, like it says in what was it? I think it might be in Amos, which says I will search Zechariah, I will search Jerusalem with candles. All right, and those who are settled on their lees, the Lord's going to expose you, man. So anyway, let me go back to the video and let it play some more because he's getting ready to tell you what it is. All right, which either the Most High is opening their eyes to it, or they probably watching the prophets. I know David Lynn watches us, man. He watches the Israelites. He's had run-ins with Israelites. Let's hear some more.
States, they already created a chip that apparently now they're thinking of putting out that can trace if you have COVID-19. So now all you need to do is walk through the scanner in your hand. Exactly what the Bible says. Unless you have that mark in your hand or in your forehead, you cannot buy or sell.
Yep. Did he get that right or wrong? You be the judge, but that's what he said. That's what the Bible says, and that is exactly what the Bible say. Let's go right to it. Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 15. And this is talking about the beast who would have all this authority over the world. All right, he would arise like a lamb having two horns and speak as a dragon, meaning he's going to speak with authority to bring forth harsh, tyrannical measures and legislations and laws. Which one of those being that eventually he will make the MOTB mandatory. Well, you will have to get that implant into your body, and you won't have access to anything in society if you don't have it. That's the type of control that he has right now. And if you alt against it, if you speak up against it, you're an enemy combatant, you're an insurgent, you're a potential terrorist, and they got to keep their eyes on you. And eventually, you will be persecuted and separated. You will be cut off from the world. All right. Revelation 13:15, it says, and he had power to give life to the image of the beast, and that's the system that's being constructed before your very eyes. All right, now we know that it's modeled after the first beast, which is Rome. All right, the whole structure of ancient Rome is the same setup today, but now there's more power put behind it, and it's more technological. They now have a technocracy to take charge for their government, where everything is going to be ruled by AI under the beast's algorithm, and everybody got to basically bow to it and accept it. All right. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Eventually they're going to want to seek your life, but before that, they want to separate you first. Cut you off from the world. You can't eat. You can't go into no restaurant. You can't go into no gym and work out. You can't go to no game. You can't go to no festival, no concert. This is why they want to make everything digital and electric, like this whole solar energy. It goes right in sync with the this whole digital system. All right. It's all interconnected, man. It's all for control. When they start pushing those electric vehicles, you're gonna have to more than likely use uh, um a CHIP for it, and your system will all the information about you will be right then and there, and it will be determined if you qualify for even driving the vehicle. If you they will have to give you permission. Do you have enough social credit points to be able to operate the vehicle? That's the type of system that they are setting up, man. All right. So that's how a lot of us that know that this is of Satan is going to be separated from it. All right. And I remember Elder Yashawamba looked into that word killed, because yeah, it does mean that, putting causing you to be put to death. But also look at the what the root word says too. Is it this word? Apaktino, to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish. It says to extinguish, abolish, to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life, and procure eternal misery in hell. In which the Lord He told us, fear not, you know, basically don't fear man who can only destroy the body. All right. But rather fear him that can destroy both body and soul in hell. All right. So, death ain't gonna move us in this moment. The Lord said, I will was that Revelation 3:10? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is gonna try everybody else that dwells on the face of the earth. But now you go to the root word, and the word is apo or apa, and it means of separation, of local separation, the verbs of motion from a place, i.e., of departing, of fleeing, a separation of a part from the whole. Esau got his list. He knows who's going to cooperate, with his agenda versus those who are against it. And you better believe the Hebrew Israelites are definitely a part of that, whereof a wholesome part is taken of any common separation of one thing from another by which the union or fellowship of the two is destroyed. All right. And we have no fellowship with this world because we're not of this world. And that's why we're not to be attached to anything associated with this world. Love not the world, neither the things that are of the world. If you're of this world, well, Satan will have an advantage. All right. And you will fold and you will fall into that condemnation. All right. So going back, verse 16, it says, and he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Which there's numerous breakdowns on this whole thing. All right. But this is definitely right here in the scriptures. And at least he knows, which is a damn shame. Other Israelites that are in the circumcision, they still can't get it. Which either, the Lord still got them blind, or they're blind because the money, they're blinded by that bag that they took. All right. And that shows you that a lot of these dudes do not have any integrity at all. Is that Psalms 26:10? Because we know the judgment for it, man. Not only is you gonna cause those that's following you to eat missiles, you're gonna eat a missile, several missiles, man. And then you're gonna come back ashamed. Psalms 26:10, it says, in whose hand, let me start up a verse. Psalms 26:9, it says, gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men. Now, you're a bloody man if you refuse to warn our people about what this devil is doing. All right. Because we're in a time where this man of sin, or the son of perdition, is being revealed. He's being exposed left and right, even by his own. Even his own tongue is giving up himself. These are all the type of things that we see ahead of us, and certain dudes are still quiet, still silent. You might be silent because you took that purse, you took the bag, and that's blood money, man. It says, "In whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity, redeem me, and be merciful unto me." And the law tells you not to take a gift. Exodus 23, verse 8. "And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous." Read that in the NLT. It says, "Take no bribes, for a bribe makes you ignore something that you clearly see." All right, and you seeing all these different updates. You seeing all these new apps that Apple and Amazon and all these different companies. They're and it's all to condition you towards the charagma. All right, Amazon Go, Amazon Pay. All right, Wallet More, all these different you know new devices, and you see it, but you're still ignoring it, still playing stupid. The Lord gonna get you, man. If you don't cut that shit out, man, the Lord's gonna get you. Or it's too late because you know what you did. It says a bribe makes even a righteous person twist the truth. It's Isaiah 56 and verse 10. His watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, laying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And they are greedy shepherds that cannot understand. That's why the Lord calls them hirelings, because they care not for the sheep, they only care for their pockets. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter. All right. Can't afford to be ignorant in this day and time, man. Be not ignorant in a small matter nor a great. All right. And the scriptures say in Isaiah 29 that we will see out of obscurity. Isaiah 29:18, it says, "In that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness." All right, and we have the light, we have the truth, and we can see everything. The Lord gave us that eye salve. All right, so we see everything. Ain't nothing finna bypass our eyes. All right, blessed is your eyes that see and your ears that hear. So I'll see what he say. I'll let it play a little bit more, but so far, sound like he got it right.
So when they're talking about this COVID-19 being,
Let me pause it. Let me stop right there because you know, knowing how they work, if I play something like this, I can get strike even though this video been up over a year now. You know, they don't mess with these other groups and podcasts that talk about this, but as soon as we talk about it, we jeopardizing our channel. So, if he getting ready to say what I think he might get ready to say, I'm just gonna pause it right here and just cut it short. But hey, based on what he said, it seemed to me like he's teaching that the MOTB, the charagma, is a CHIP. All right. So hey, is Pastor David Lynn, did he get the MOTB right? Hey, y'all be the judge. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.